Priests in high esteem. They expect their priest to be their moral guardians. You do not expect a priest or a pastor to do anything that brings shame or portray the Christianity in bad light. Sadly, there are lots of pastors and priests today who are using the gospel of Christ to advance their selfish interests. And there are many people that believe these pastors and priests, and they do not question anything that comes from their priest. As long as it comes from a pastor or priest, they 100% believe everything without any critical analysis to be able to analyze what they are saying. A priest has brought the Christianity into disrepute and tainted the Christian religion. The saddest story about this priest is that a lot of people that know this priest said this priest is somebody that they look up to, and the way the priest used to carry himself, he used to be somebody who everything that he preached against is what the priest has now done. A lot of questions are being asked. A lot of people felt let down because this priest used to be their sole point of comfort when they are going through difficult stress in their relationship. The priest in question has been active in church for many, many years, and the man is a well-respected priest in the church. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I am Frank. On this channel, we share the latest updates about the lived experiences of immigrants so that lessons can be learned. This priest that we are talking about today, for many years, according to people that know this priest, they said the man had a hardline approach on immorality. He condemns unequivocally when it comes to the issue of fornication. Rightly, there's nothing wrong about that because the Bible maintains strong stand. But what a lot of people did not know is that this priest, he was preaching one thing publicly, and behind him, he was doing the opposite. The priest he met somebody knowing full well that priests are not allowed to have sexual relationship. They are not allowed to have children. So this priest told his church that he's fully committed to the values and teaching of the church without knowing full well that the man was doing something that the church is against behind the church's position. People who know this priest said this priest is the first person that will condemn any extramarital affair. When he hears that a woman is pregnant without being married, they said this priest will be the first person that will come out and condemn the woman totally. It will tell them that you are going to hellfire for your actions because your actions is against the teaching of God. And a lot of people have been crying every time they've done something wrong. They say, oh, we do not want to offend what our priest is against. And even some people are wanting to see this pastor, they use this priest as a reference point that, oh, don't let the priest hear. Don't let the priest hear that you've done something wrong, because they do not want to let the priest down. They believe that they have to aspire to the teaching of the priest, because the priest, the way he preaches the religion is undiluted. What they didn't know, and we are seeing this too many times, where the so-called men of God will preach one thing, but behind the scene, their life does not reflect the teaching of the religion that they claim to be practicing. And it is the followers who lack the critical mindset to question for themselves. Everything that the priest or pastor says, they are the ones that are being let down. Because a lot of us come from families where we do not question our priest. We do not question our imam. Because this is how it has been done from one generation, everything that we hear from them, we believe it to be true. Rightly, because these are the so-called men of God. We expect them to lead us right. This priest, whilst all this was going on, he was telling the church one thing. The next thing they realized, the priest said he was going on vacation in the United States. Before they knew what, the saddest part of this story is that a lot of people have felt let down, that they had to find out for themselves online these priest activities. They had to find out that the priest that they had in high esteem, don't touch my priest. Some of us, whenever somebody says anything against our GO, we are the one that defend them. Many of us Africans are so focused on our priests, our pastors, our GO, that we even forget why we go to church. We have lost sight of the focus on God. Our focus is now on our priest, our church. Some of our brothers and sisters will die for their pastors and GO, but they will not die for God. And the same people go to church, follow what their priest and GO says, but when they see somebody that is hungry, they see somebody that is dying, that needs help, they will fold their eyes. Because according to them, as long as you go to the church, you pay your tithe, that's all that Christianity is all about. It's not about loving your neighbor as you love yourself. It's all about following the dogma of what the pastor says. As long as you do that, you pay your 10% tithe, your heaven is guaranteed for you. That is the mindset of many people from our community. This pastor knows full well that his followers, they hold him in high esteem. The pastor, when he went to the United States of America, he met a lady, apparently he met a lady on social media online. He has been secretly dating this lady, and the lady did not even know that this priest, the lady only found out later that this priest is a priest and is not supposed to have a relationship. Meanwhile, the lady has already fallen in love. The young priest went to America, the land of opportunity. He found himself there, and he told, when he saw the environment in America, he said, "Oh, I'm not coming back again. I'm just going to chill out here and have a good time and be part of the jackpot generation," only for him to secretly go and marry the woman in America, and the priest then informed. Later, when his church found out that this is what the priest has done, the church then said, "We find it appalling, the fact that the priest, we only found that online." The lessons that I want us to learn from this story is, one, a lot of us Black people, Africans, when it comes to religion, a lot of us will die for religion, but we will not die for God. We will see somebody who is hungry. We will see injustice. You will see a child in Africa who is of school age, who is not going to school, who is hawking on the street. You fold blind eyes. But your own children, you're happy to be sending them to school. You will see somebody who is hungry, who needs help. You will fold blind eye. But you believe that as long as you pay your 10% and you defend your GO, you are doing the word of God. Some of them will, the first time, some of them, whenever they hear you criticize their pastor, their geo, their mama geo, they will be the one that will start. Don't touch my prophet and do my prophet no harm, because the pastor and the geo have used religion to manipulate you to the point where you cannot think for yourself. And on the last day of this judgment, everybody, whether pastor, imam, everybody, we are all accountable for our actions. We are all going to defend our actions on earth. Stop bowing down for pastor. This pastor today, as we are speaking today, a lot of people felt let down that the same priest who condemned them is the same priest who decided to go against everything that the religion teaches. Don't forget to give this video a like, because religion is destroying the soul of the black race. Many of our brothers and sisters can no longer think for themselves. Their focus is now on the priest, on the imam. This pastor, the hypocrisy of this pastor is just, it's a reflection of what is happening in Christianity. There is a lot of hypocrisy. You go to church, especially in Africa, the rich will sit close to the pastor. The poor will be at the back. You see injustice inside the house of God, a place that is supposed to be moral compass, a place where there's supposed to be no difference between the rich and the poor. You go inside the church, you will see injustice right there inside the church. And the pastors and the head of the churches, they are aware, because the poor people, you will see them, you can tell that they are poor, even the way they are treated. How can we be doing that and we call ourselves Christians? That is wrong. A lot of people, as we are speaking now, they cannot come to terms with the fact that Father Daniel, who they held in high esteem, who they never taught, will go against the teaching that he was preaching, not knowing full well that the pastor, the priest, was having an affair, was having a relationship with a woman in America, while he was deceiving them. And he even said that this guy has even criticized those that were traveling abroad. Why are you traveling abroad? Why are you traveling abroad? Meanwhile, he was planning to do the same thing. Meanwhile, the man who condemned women for getting pregnant without getting married, he himself was doing the same thing. The hypocrisy in our community is too much, and it's gone on for too long, because a lot of us, we cannot think for ourselves. We believe without questioning anything. I am not saying disrespect your pastors. I'm saying have an open mind and think for yourself. Question. Don't believe everything that the priests tell you. This is wrong. Religion is destroying the black race. This is not just a problem that is peculiar to Africa. If you go even in America, the black community in the Caribbean, religion is destroying us. The people that brought religion to us, they have abandoned religion because they have seen, they understand that objectivity trumps subjectivity. Meanwhile, our people can still not think for themselves. They are worshiping pastors. Some of them will die for their geo. We need to stop this now, because this is wrong. Don't forget, if you've seen any value in this content, to share, so that more people in our community will need to see and open their eyes and stop worshiping their pastors, their imam, because religion has done